start the economy and occupation, right? This is a new chapter, as I know, as you also know that. Okay, so we will try to understand like what is economy and what kind of occupations are there in India, right? I think so. I've already started, but I don't know like where I went till now. Okay, I've already started about that, right? Mm. So if I talk about the geographical explanation from Brazil, like agriculture are also there, mining are also there, right? So if I talk about the eastern part of the Brazil is a rich in various types of minerals like iron ore, nickel, copper, bauxite, tungsten, diamonds, etc. Inaccessibility, lack of knowledge, potential reserve of resource, dense forest, etc. are which have led to limitation in mining in the interior parts of the country. So specifically, if you see the eastern part, okay, first of all you need to look at where is eastern part. This is north, this is south, this is west, this is east. So if you see the eastern part, you will see the bauxite is cross, manganese is square, iron ore you will see over here, and the coal, right? So here it is written that the eastern part of the Brazil is in rich in various types of minerals, right? And because of inaccessibility, because of lack of knowledge, the reserve of resource and dense forest in mining, which have led the limitation in mining, and because of lack of knowledge, the mining is not happening in the eastern part, right? Nevertheless, because of increasing demands in the country, mining work has developed well in highland region, and because of the demand in the Brazil country, people are demanding like they want iron ore, so they have started mining in the highland region like Guiana Island, Brazilian highland region. Okay, and if I talk about the fishing, so can you give in fishing the figure 8.3? You need to look it out. Where is figure 8.3? Yeah, figure 8.3. So answer the questions on the basis of 8.3. Can you give the tourism of concentration of fish near the southeastern coast of Brazil? First of all, you need to locate where is southeastern coast. This is south, this is eastern coast. So this is fish, right? This is fish, southeastern coast, right? So two reason of concentration of fish near the south region, because there is too much rainfall. That's why. If I talk about the inland fishing is not developed in Brazil, though there is a large number of river in Brazil. Can you think of reason? Like there is no fishing is not there inside the country, right? It is only in outside the country. Why? The rivers are too much. Then also why? They are right, because there is a highland, because there is a too much rainfall, because there is a wildlife, right? And if I talk about the if you see the explanation of this, Brazil has a sea coast of around 74,000 kilometer. Brazil has a sea coast of 70,000 kilometer. If I talk about the India has a Nadi ka Kinara, which means we can also say the sea coast. It is 75,000 kilometer. An excellent fishing ground of the South Atlantic Ocean, right? Of the South Atlantic Ocean. Yes, if you see the fishing ground are very nice in the south side. The meeting of the warm Brazil current and the cold Falkland current of the coast of southeast Brazil make it good fishing ground. And because of the currents, because of the cold current, because of the current southeast Brazil, okay, where is southeast, right? This is south, and southeast, because of the currents, like it is actually helping you to fishing more, right? Traditionally fishing being carried, okay, traditionally fishing been carried on by small groups of individual Fishermen. Fishing is carried on a small groups of individual fishermen, okay, using a primitive techniques and equipments. If I talk about fishing is carried by a group of people by fishermen and they have some kind of technique. But now the large vessels are being used. Now the big vessels are they are using. They are having a swordfish, shrimp, lobster, and sardines are mainly caught. The fish resources of the Amazon rivers are not exploited. So whatever the fish resources are there are not exploited much, and fishing only takes place on a small scale, right? So if I talk about the Brazil fishermen, like the fishing is actually carried by a group of people, but in a wide area of scale. This is happening in Brazil, and if you see the Amazon also, the fishing are not exploited. They are carried out in a very small scale, right? Okay, if I talk about the agriculture in India, right, mining in India. Now comes to the agriculture of India, right? You can see these images. The following images are related to agriculture activities and identify right and weather practice in Brazil and India. Okay, so in India, if you see, right, unlike the Brazil, okay, unlike the Brazil, unlike the Brazil, India's agriculture contributes more towards the gross domestic product and also engages a large chunk of population, right? So unlike the Brazil, India also contributes to the GDP in agriculture. It's a large chunk of population. Around 60% of the land in India is under cultivation. If I talk about there is 100% land, so in 100%, 60% land are actually under the cultivation, right? You can cultivate, you can grow crops. It's enormous expanse level of plains, okay? It's enormous expanse level of plains, rich soil, high percentage of cultivable land. Okay, why it is cultivable? Because of the land, high percentage of land. Wide climatic variety, because of climatic variety. Long growing season, okay, and there are seasons like you can grow, etc. Provide a strong base to agriculture, and in India, agriculture has been a long standard activity. So it is a long standard activity. In a year, like people are growing crops from January to December, right? Different types of crops. Indian agriculture is mainly subsistence type. Okay, if I talk about the Indian agriculture, it is related to the subsistence type, which means like it is helping you, which is like you can sustain by the agriculture. India's producing rice, wheat, maize, sorghum, millets as a major food crops, right? Okay, the rice they are growing, they are wheat, then maize, sorghum, millets as a major food crops. Plantation of tea they are doing, coffee, rubber, cash crops like sugarcane, cotton, jute, etc. are also produced. India India is also a major producer of variety of fruits and vegetables. India is also a major producer of variety of fruits and vegetables. Not only they are wheat and rice, they are also producing the fruits and vegetables. Okay, so if I talk about the fishing in India, right, fishing in India, fishing plays an important role in the economy of India. Okay, if you see the fishing plays a very important role in the economy of India, right? As the agriculture is playing, so fishing is also playing. India is one of the largest producer of fish, both marine and inland. Like if I talk about the India is the one of the largest producer of mining, a producer of fishing in the coastal area also and in the inland area also, like under the country. Okay, inside the country, fisheries helps in augmenting food supply. Okay, augmenting food supply, generating employment, raising nutrition level, and earning foreign exchange. And fishing helps in India too, food supply and employment, and nutritional level, and the earning of foreign exchange. Like if you supply a fish in the outside country, we will get a money, right? And because of that, the because of fishing, the employment will generate. Fish forms an important part of the diet of many people living in the coastal areas. Like fish is a form of important diet whichever people are living in the coastal area in India, like Kerala, West Bengal, Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Goa, and Maharashtra. India has about 75,000 kilometer of coastline. Right? India has about how much kilometer coastline? 75,000 kilometer coastline. And marine fishing accounting for about marine fishing accounting for about 40% of the total annual production of fish and being confined. Right? Marine fishing is accounting about the 40% of the total. Okay, marine fishing is accounting about 40% of the total annual production of fish being confined to coastal waters in the west from Kutch, Malabar, and Coromandel coast in the east. So major fish are sardines, mackerel, bombay duck, and prawns. On the eastern coast, if you see on the eastern coast, the important fish are horse mackerels, clopites, and silver bellies. Okay, silver bellies. So these are the types of fish like you can found over there, right? And then freshwater fish is carried on in river canals. Irrigation like freshwater fishing is carried on in river canals, irrigation channels, tanks, ponds, lakes, etc. Silver belly carp, like we can say the chopra, etc., are major freshwater varieties. About 60% of the country's total fish production comes from inland fisheries. If I talk about the 60% of the country's total fish are producing from the inland, and 40% are from the outland, which is near the coastal area. Okay, so now I'm going to stop here. We will start tomorrow. Okay.